Well, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a solid performance that was relatively dominant by the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, despite the fact that they were down very early in this game and in the first quarter with a 10-0 deficit early on with a pick six that Aiden Armenta had early on in the game that made you worried. It's like, oh, even against a very poor pass defense in these Red Wolves, are the Warhawks able to get any sort of a passing game? And yeah, this was the best offensive performance passing the ball that they've had this season, and they had a nice balance between Armenta, once again, throwing 2 receptions to nearly every single target that he had, except one in transfer Jonathan Bibbs, who had 4 catches. But yeah, everyone else in the 16 completions, just 2 receptions. Had this game start out very poorly with Brandon Grail, one of the few returning defenders on Arkansas State team at safety. He disguised his coverage in zone. Armenta clearly saw man, and he jumped a route, returning the ball to the end zone for a early 7-0 deficit. Following that, the next drive, they weren't able to get anything going, and then Arkansas State able to get a field goal and 10-0 shortly after. It's like, is this offense going to be able to do anything? Fortunately, once you get to the second quarter, different story. 2 touchdowns, one to Julian Nixon. This was a little bit of a nice surprise. They didn't just rely on Braylon McReynolds to be able to get the majority of the yardage, and actually Palmer Smith led the team with 8 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. Armenta had both of his touchdowns in the first half in that second quarter. A deep bomb to Jake Godfrey on a nice 37-yard diving catch. Tack on a couple nice touchdown runs by Rick McReynolds in the third quarter and Palmer Smith in the fourth. Really started to put this game away. You didn't have this Monroe defense give up any touchdowns at all. The only touchdown that the Red Wolves had was off of that pick six. They constantly got pressure on Jalen Rayner. Ended up having 6 sacks on the game, 11 tackles for loss, and 5 passes defended, including an interception by Christopher Robinson, which ended up leading to that second touchdown. Now, this is the second highest output through the air that Armenta has had. Still not 200 yards passing matter. At this point, being able to stay efficient, being able to stay without making mistakes, being able to read defense correctly, find the open area in the zone, not get fooled off of the zone, and this offense can show enough of a passing and be able to spread the ball around, which is going to happen. We've seen this time after time after time. He must have good rapport with everybody in the receiving room and in the running room for the fact that everybody gets their opportunity. Not be that much of opportunities, but they get their opportunity. But just like last year, they started off very well, 5-1. This year, they're doing something very similar. Both years just losing to an SEC team. And now, once they got into conference play, to the latter portion of conference play, it kind of fell apart. But next week, you get their last game against a non-conference foe with Northwestern. That's going to be a tough matchup, even though it is a Big Ten school. It's probably the worst Big Ten school they'll be able to face. And then you'll get into the rest of the remaining schedule in conference. This is the one game that actually broke a 15-game losing streak to Arkansas State. I'm surprised I didn't actually say that earlier, but they finally got rid of it. Now they have to go see if they can build off of this victory, the most convincing victory that they've had over a FBS opponent this season. See how it goes with Northwestern. Preston Stone, while he is turnover prone as the Northwestern quarterback, he does have a bit of mobility that they'll have to work around, and hopefully they'll be able to get pressure on him like they did with Jalen Rayner this week. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. More videos coming soon off of it, and hopefully this will be momentum to get them to a bowl game for this season. See y'all next one.